let's start from the beginning and get us to where you found the need for this shelter.
Okay. Well, if we back up about 10 years, we started it as Daughters of Ruth in 2009, and we established a homeless shelter for women and children on the east side of Chillicothe. We actually partnered with an agency at that time called Women in Need that was here in Ross County, and they kind of rolled over their 501c3 to us, and we started. Had a homeless shelter on the east end, and then in 2013 we changed to the west side, had a homeless shelter there for 3 years, renamed the organization Seeds of Hope with the goal to eventually do men as well and have a family shelter. We know that not only is there a huge homeless population in and around Ross County, but we need a family shelter. So we're excited that this will be the first family shelter that we know of in Ross County.
The easy route would have been just go find one probably and take a loan out and, find some guys and do some fix up and paint it or what have you, and then fix it along the way. But you still end up with an old house. You still have to continue to repair it. And you'd still not have what we felt would be adequate, or what I consider something that could be as useful as something as starting from scratch and just starting your own design. And this was not the easy route, but we thought it was the right route, which often the right route is never the easy route.
I know in the past some of the challenges that we faced were zoning restrictions. That was a huge one. Not being able to help as many people as we wanted because of in-city zoning restrictions, which nobody can change that. It is what it is. So only being able to help 4 or 5 individuals at a time was disheartening sometimes when you had such a larger need. More people calling in and saying, hey, I'm homeless, can you help me? So that was a challenge. And then also just different parts of the community not wanting a shelter maybe in their backyard or in their neighborhood. So being able to come out here and just build fresh, build new, build bigger and better and more excellent, and just service more of our clients is just a breath of fresh air.
When it came to planning, I had already gone out to San Diego a few times, and there was a ministry out there called Set Free Ministries, and they took homelessness off the street, homeless people off the street. And it was kind of a motel setting. And I'm like, that is so cool. I said, they had individual rooms, and you could, and then they had a central area where they all came and they, to have a place to eat and so on. And so when it came to design, that's kind of in the background where that came from. And it just my son and I just put some things together on CAD. And I'm thinking, that's it. And that's where the idea came from.
In this calendar year, 2017, as a board, we prayed and we said, we can't do this without the support of the community. So we started a fundraising campaign in February. Within 4.5, 5 months, the community at large had raised over $89,000 to build this. The community did. Businesses, churches, individuals. And so we were like, okay, we're building this thing. Broke ground in June, started building, and here we are. So it's just been amazing. And
it's been exciting. A lot of people have really stepped up to help. And so it's been very exciting, been very hard, but good.
Yeah, churches, the Lions, other civic organizations, individuals, they just they seen our vision, they captured themselves, and they said, and also they felt it was worth something to invest in.
To run a shelter, it's a 16-bed facility, so we knew that we could not continue to operate with just volunteers. I mean, it's just too hard to just have volunteers, so we started looking at staffing options, and we've decided to do a dual partnership with both Pike County Recovery Council and Hopewell, Inc. So we will have half of our staff will be provided by Pike County Recovery Council doing the treatment for the drug and alcohol clients that come in. And then Hopewell will be doing the mental health, behavioral health side for the children and any non-drug addicted clients that come in. So we'll be fully staffed.
Yeah, and we have a few volunteers, and we're going to need actually more volunteers.
Yes.
So anyways, it definitely shifted that majorly.
It's called Jackie's House, which is my sister, who passed away August 2016 unexpectedly. We had taken over the ministry, and she was so excited, wanted to be a volunteer. She was an LPN, lived here locally in town, and she would always wanted to have a place for women to go to. And so when we took this over, she was ecstatic about it, and she wanted to volunteer 4 times a week. And she just wanted to be a part of it. And so then when she passed away, obviously that was and it was unexpected. It was a heavy blow to us. And then the other board members came up to us and said, we thought about it and we'd like to, and we get our house is to dedicate to your sister. And so as you see the sign out there, it's Jackie's house. And so, we hate for our loss and to have her to pass away, but at the same time, for us to be able to dedicate that to her is pretty touching. So we're real thankful, grateful for that. So
every client that comes in, we will turn no one away. If you're homeless, female, male, with children or without, we're going to bring you in. But we do have treatment goals now. So it's a fully functioning shelter/treatment facility. So you have to agree to work with case managers and counselors. You have to agree to want to better your life and follow a case plan to be able to stay here. So it's not just a one-stop shop, it's a full-service emergency shelter and everything else you might need.
We set this up to have basically 3 what we call dorm rooms or bedrooms. We're actually right now we're in the women's dorm room, which we have 2 bathrooms, and then we have 2 other rooms that we had set aside for families that have just a full bathroom.
It's not supposed to be a big, luxurious, big old place. It's supposed to basically be the basic need, a shelter. Yeah. So they'll be here somewhere 30 to 90 days, something like that. And so it's just not, to me, a homeless shelter. I mean, we're going to be taking care of so much more, not just housing them and feeding them, but basically trying to get them back out into life and society, and to help get them jobs and build their self-esteem and all sorts of things.
Yeah.
I look at this as a tool. This is what this building is. It's a tool to be able to help. We should be able to hold up to 16 is what we're looking to hold. But how it's used and so on, it'll be an ongoing process for us. It's like any tool, you got to learn how to be skilled at it and be able to use it the best, to your ability. And with our staff, I know most of them are fairly new, and so this is an all new adventure for most of us. Like I said, our background was primarily with my wife and I with crisis pregnancies. So this homelessness is again in a whole new arena, and so we've learned a lot, and we're going to be learning more.